Hey YouTube, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! 97 showing you my updated gigavise deck with no proxies, Sony and synchros, and pretty much there's a few changes. I still need to make a few changes, but not huge ones. So 3 gigaplants, heart of the deck. Um, one of the easiest plants to get out. Such good swarmer, main target for supervise, and you can do so much with him with special summoning. Makes your opponent want to cry. And then 2 Blazewing, Gigaplant in your grave, play it, supervise it, ditch it for a Gigaplant. It stays on the field, and then Gigaplant gets its effect, and you can start swarming some more. And really good, just for every reason. 2 Lone Fire. They just search out your 3 Gigaplants, and they search your Titanial, your Botanical, your Lloyd Poisons, your Dandelions, your Coffee Plants, your Nettles. And these are pretty much the plants you want to search out are these Gigaplants, these 2 Nettles, which are a target to make Gigaplant level 8, Black Drago or Stardust, Coffee Plant for the Power Tool loop, Dandelions, oh my god, these just save your life and abuse. Lord Poison to bring back stuff and not let it get bombless because it happens during the damage step and they can't bombless the monster you bring back. Botanical, just a beater. If you have 4 other plants, you can bring him out. He's a 3100. And Titanial, the biggest plant and best controlling effect. I mean, you can abuse it too. Like, say it's in your graveyard and you have a Gigaplant, you can... Okay, well, it's on the field, you use its effect, and then next turn you can bring it back and keep using its control effect, so that's really good. Amazing control. If the deck doesn't start out with good hands, which it usually does, you can work around bad hands with this deck. You have 2 UFO Turtle, which get the deck started. Your opponent can tack into it, and you can search a Lone Fire, Blaze Wing, or another UFO Turtle if needed. And, or you could play it, attack into his monster and get Lone Fire and start the deck off if you got terrible hand. Twilight, good mid to late game when your opponent's stacked on monsters. You just bring out a plant from your hand, sink for a 7, preferably a black rose with this dude is what I usually do. And then you can blow the field. So, it's just nice if your opponent's stacked on stuff. Sangan, same reason for UFO Turtle, starts up the deck. And then Gore stops OTKs and makes the deck much more competitive and just all around better. Okay, those were monsters. Now the spells. 3 Supervise. Amazing, equip spell, so it works with the power tool loop, and I'll show you that combo. It's usually OTK if you don't know about it. And supervise, you equip it to a Gigaplant, it gains its effect, and then it starts swarming, and then if Gigaplant would die, this dies instead. Okay, well, this dies, and so does Gigaplant, but Gigaplant comes back. 2 marks. Great for tributing. Remove it from play. A plant. Take one of their monsters. Preferably tribute for a Gigaplant is what I like to do. But once I've had problems where I played a monster last turn, it stayed alive. I got their monsters and I tribute both of them for a Titanial. And this card's just amazing. It has OTK potential, and it just really screws up your opponent real bad. Oh, and even if the power tool loop, you get this, it's not really a problem much, because it's just as good, it's just the deck doesn't revolve around it. 2 miracle fertilizer, just in case there's something better in your graveyard than there is in your hand. And you can get Gigaplant out, supervise it, and it's once per turn too, but that usually doesn't happen. I just like to get Lone Fire, then ditch them off usually. Swing, well, the most known is get Gigaplant, normal limb, and get another one. But I like getting a Blaze Wing, normaling it, tributing off for a Gigaplant. That Gigaplant's going to stain out, and then it can still special summon. It's just a lot longer, and you've normal summoned for that turn then. But at least your Gigaplant won't die. And then we got Giant Trinade and MSTs for backfield control, help with your OTKs, Lightning and Dark Hole, monster control, don't get them too overloaded. And Monster Reborn, good, get a Gigaplant, normal limb, and start your specials, or a Titanial if there's something you want to get over. And then, for the traps, 2 Wing Blast. Yeah, I'm not going to keep these in here. I'm going to swap one out for a Solemn Judgement, and then this and another MST for 2 DDRs, or maybe just this for a DDR. I'm thinking about running 2 or 1. But, otherwise this is a good card. Selects cards from your hand to go to the grave, and top deck spins your opponent's cards. It's getting on my opponent's nerves a lot. 2 bottomless, staple. It's been a staple for so long. Call, Gigaplant, normal limb, then start your craziness again. Mirror Force, staple, and Torrential, staple. Okay, so that was the deck profile. Now I'm going to show you the power tool loop. I don't actually have my synchros right now, so I'm just going to show you what there would be. Okay, so all the cards you need to start off with really is Lone Fire or UFO Turtle to get Lone Fire. It really doesn't matter. And then a Supervise. This starts the whole thing. Okay, save these 2 cards and some other worthless cards, preferably a Trunade and a Mark. So you pretty much wipe them out and then attack. Lone Fire, you sack them off for a, let me find it, Gigaplant. You supervise the Gigaplant, and then you search Lone Fire, ditch him, and you get a, okay, let's see, where is he? You get a Copy Plant, then you sync, and you pretty much sync with the Supervise because Gigaplant comes back, and then you get Power Tool. And with Power Tool, you search for equip spells, like a Mark of the Rose, and 2 more Supervise. And then most of the time your opponent will pick Supervise. It's usually how it works with me. And pretty much they randomly decide one. And then if it's a Supervise, bring him out, get a Copy Plant, sync with Supervise, get another Power Tool, and then search for a Supervise, a Mark of the Rose, and another Mark of the Rose is what I usually do. And then you ask them to pick again, Supervise, wow, I didn't even pick Supervise, equip it, and then after I have 2 Power Tool, I like to get Lone Fire, ditch him for a Nettles, and sync for a Stardust. And then you have all your monsters 4, and then you can Trunade and Mark of the Rose if they were in your hand. And that's pretty much the Power Tool loop.